Okay. Um, we're good to go. I'm not sure why it's showing. Something went wrong. Interesting.
Uh, Alternately keeping this just mostly football, I would think, right? Yeah. There's enough to talk about.
Well, yo, what's good, DE? Okay, so for some reason, like right here, like the chat is just gone.
Oh, I see. It said something went wrong.
Right, but then
Is it back now or?
yeah, we're good. Yeah,
Okay.
because I can hear and they can hear, so
Okay.
we're good. Yo, what's good, D? How you been doing, bro? I was watching your podcast earlier. I know y'all are happy with the picks that y'all just got.
Revamp the whole team. A
My
lot going on.
my question is, who's fighting over number 14?
Two
Well,
head cases.
are we gonna have a boxing match?
That'll
Is it
be a
gonna be
civil
a
conversation. I'm sure they'll talk about it over dinner. Yeah. Hey, do you mind if I have number 14?
right?
He's gonna stand there with a shiesty.
No, for real,
Yeah,
both of them. Oh
oh my
my
god. Yeah,
gosh!
that would. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's gonna go.
He said technically we have three head cases. They may or may not get Aaron Rodgers, so may or may not.
No,
So,
no. Oh my god.
uh,
Tomlin.
yeah.
I mean, I guess he's the guy to take care of it.
Well, yeah. Well, that's if they win.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, yo, what's good, Miles? How are we this fine evening? Oh, we're chilling, bro.
Good, good, good.
Um, DE said we signed the Eagles' backup running back. Yeah, Kenneth Gainwell,
Yeah.
and y'all also. Oh, who was also number 14?
Oh yeah, that's true.
And y'all just picked up Darius Slay. So
Yeah.
yeah, I got a lot of picks. So without further ado, man, let's get into
Jump right in.
So March Madness is here. D got DK. How you feeling? Man, I think everybody here is excited but me.
For what? Oh, for
When we traded CJ,
oh, for that. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
when we traded CJ, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit worried. I was cool. I was like, all right, Philly fans is over exaggerating, and now I'm over exaggerating. I don't know, bro. I mean, trust in Howie.
You know he's gonna draft well.
I mean, but
You'll be fine.
I just hope we don't go back to the what was that brother name? The wide receiver not Nelson Aguilar, it was the other one.
JJ.
Or Thega Whiteside.
Yeah, yeah. JJ Ortega Whiteside. Yeah.
Oh my god, bro! I was hoping we don't go back to those days because I would. That's when I wanted his head on a pike.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
The fact you guys have had that much success and you skipped Jettas and you skipped who was the other one you skipped? It was Jettas, or I think Ortega Whiteside was over Jay Jettas, and then
it was the other wide
Rager?
receiver. It was Rager over Jettas.
And then who? So who was Ortega Whiteside over? Was he over DK?
I think,
or was he? So. He might have been.
Yeah, because he was the next.
It was like middle round, middle first round. I think that's what it was. Yeah,
yeah. I think from there, that's when he just stopped drafting wide receivers. Besides Devontae,
yeah,
that is crazy. He said so. De said to Miles' question, "Don't care. I'm gonna be real, Miles. My local team had a chance to punch their ticket to the dance and they lost." Miles also said, "Ronnie, I hate the Celtics even more now. Resting all players just to be ready for us."
Yeah, they sat like 60% of the team
when they played against LA
before. Yeah, everyone had an ankle injury and an illness at the same time. It happens. I don't know what to tell you.
LeBron's groin is like hanging on by like a toothpick.
They got it hanging on by a bobby pin.
Jeez, it's like every time I look up, it's the same injury that it's crazy. The same injury he had when he joined the team. But hey, I mean, I get it. Father Time is beating that ass.
Yeah.
So I get it. So my question for today, and that's for everybody who stops by in the chat. I said, which NFL team so far has had the most success so far this offseason? And that is for everybody else's, everybody who wants to tune in. For those who are be chilling in the background, if you want to post your comments. He also said Youngstown State lost to Robert Morris, who technically just joined the league.
Oof. That poll is that an open floor? There was no poll,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Okay.
question and answer.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Q&A, no
Okay.
poll.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just like my question for everybody who
Yeah, because it's like subjective. I mean,
mhm.
some had a really bad offseason. Some teams had a decent one so far. But
Shout out to the Cowboys for continuing to tank.
I know they have done like the bare minimum of moves, but at least they did a couple.
Yeah, big shout out to y'all, man,
Yeah.
because I hope the Cowboys just dump this entire offseason.
Yeah. Um. God, how do you want to do this with the?
No, if you got anything, you got.
I don't think I have any.
Because I was gonna check over basketball really quick.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So the Celtics Lakers game drew 4.6 mil viewers. That's crazy. So
That's you wonder why they were going to push for a finals with that. That's going to get numbers
I
too.
also think that that's like everyone's deprived of good basketball. So that
Yeah, that's
one
true.
game just happened to have the most viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand because I think we can wholeheartedly agree that we've been deprived of some
Oh,
good basketball
absolutely.
for a very long time. I did also. Let me see if I have it in my notes because I saved the. I didn't, did I? I did not. Okay, I had the bracket for the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
How it would currently look right now. It's so crazy how you're the seventh and eighth seed and you're still contending for a playoff spot. That I'm sorry, that right there just frustrates the hell out of me.
Wait, what do you for which
For,
team?
no, I'm just saying in general,
Oh,
like
in general.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
for
I know
the
what you're talking about.
playing,
Yeah,
yeah.
I thought you were talking about the Celtics for a
No,
second. I
no,
was
no,
like,
no,
whoa, whoa,
no.
I was I got
Oh
lost.
hell
Yeah, I
no,
was like, damn.
no, 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 no. I'm
Um,
saying because I saw it yesterday. I was like, ain't that some ish?
yeah,
Where you're the seventh spot and that's basically a guaranteed playoff spot.
it bothers me that in the East you can be under 500 and get into the playoffs, and the playing teams are even worse.
Exactly, exactly. Derby said Steelers also added Malik Harrison, linebacker from the Ravens, and just signed Jets corner Brandon. Oh, okay, nice. So y'all are definitely bolstered. I just saw something where it was Chin and Sharp was talking about how even though the Steelers haven't had a losing season, it doesn't really matter because it's like where the hell are y'all going?
Yeah, it's also fun. I know we're going to talk about it, but DK Metcalf wanted to go warm weather,
Mm-hmm.
stable quarterback situation. He went cold weather,
Mm-hmm.
no quarterback,
And
but
that's
he did get money. So
yeah. I was actually surprised that Fields actually walked because they were actually willing to sign him over Russ,
yeah,
and he went
they
to
weren't going to pay him that much. I don't think that was a lot of money for him.
how much was he
20
asking?
million a year.
God damn!
He got 2 years, 40 million. I don't think the Steelers were doing that. I probably said we'll give you 225.
Hell no!
Yeah, I. The Jets are the only team that would overpay for someone that has no track record of any substance.
So we got GSI Wizard in the chat. He said, "I am having a panic attack. Please, dear God, don't sign Roger." No, I get it, bro. Because I mean, who would want to take on that again?
No, yeah, no.
I mean, you'll have a I I mean, never mind George Pickens and his attitude, or maybe DK with his attitude, but Tomlin and Rodgers.
I couldn't even.
I mean,
Oh, yeah. There's just no way. There's just no way. That would be a nightmare.
Derby said you want Nick Chubb. That is crazy.
Damn.
Nick
Oof.
Nick Chubb. Hold on, because they did just lose.
Najee.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you know what? When I come up with some basketball stuff while I'm going through football, I'll come back to that because I
Yeah.
missed a lot and I'm delaying the inevitable.
This
So
is
you know
probably
what?
the best way to. I have him here, where this is like by division.
All team.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not going to read each one,
No,
but
no, no,
unless you
no.
wanted to
That's
do it
cool.
that
No,
way,
that's
yeah.
cool. That's cool. That's cool. So so let me Yeah, that's a lot. We got a lot. Honestly, I think we might just make it all
I think
football.
we have to. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because
There's not
there's
enough
a
noteworthy football or
good,
basketball.
good lord. Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
lot. All right, so because I was just talking about the Cowboys, Demarcus Lawrence, he got up out of there and went
yeah.
straight to the Seahawks.
He did.
Oh my goodness! So
Womp womp. Yeah.
that's another L for the Cowboys losing their best lineman. I I know they added a couple more. I think they re-signed one defensive lineman.
They did. I do kind of feel bad for Seattle because I think
Yeah.
they've had to scramble. I think the rumor was that Geno turned down the extension, so they had to
Mm-hmm.
trade him, and
Mm-hmm.
then DK requested. So I don't think it was a part of their plan to be where they were at, but I
Right.
think they've had to kind of think on their feet. So
Right.
they've done the best they could.
If anything, it sounds like they're doing more of a rebuild because they let go of Lockett,
I think
DK, and Gino.
I think they're trying to do what sometimes doesn't work, like a soft rebuild, because
Mhm.
they think if they assume that like Darnold comes in and plays like he did last year,
Mhm.
then you have like JSN and you still have Kenneth Walker and your defense is still solid, then you can maybe make the playoffs. I think they're trying to hope that, but it's going to be hard to say because they're not committing fully to a rebuild.
Right. So, is that a better pickup for the Seahawks? Because I keep forgetting that Gino actually led the league in yards.
He did, but I mean, what was last year? I think his split touchdown to
It was,
interception was.
yeah, and they finished 10-7.
Yeah.
So, is this
He
more?
just kind of portrayed mediocrity as far as like you're not going to get where you
Right.
want to be with your team with him as quarterback.
Right.
So I think honestly, I'm going to just go out and say it. I think they're in a better spot with Sam Darnold than they were with
Gino.
Gino. They would have been in a better spot if they still had DK
Right.
with Sam Darnold. But yeah, I think Sam Darnold's a better option for them. He's younger, and I think he has more upside.
Well, it definitely helps too because he had weapons, and I mean, he does have Njigba.
Yeah.
So I mean, but
JSN's there, but I think it's what is
They-
it? JSN, and then it's like Jake Bobo and
Yeah.
like some randos in
yeah,
the back end.
so they'll need some wide receivers. They still have Noah Fant. I mean, bro's been serviceable.
Yeah,
It's not like he's
not burning the building down like as far as he's not like the
right.
greatest tight end
I
ever.
mean, but he is moving the chains when they need it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't think they have to go so far.
I mean, honestly, hopefully they just draft well. If they can get a receiver in the second round or something, they can come in and at least do half of what DK did.
Right.
I think it would help them a lot. But
Right. Agreed.
yeah, they're thinking on they're having to think on their feet at least.
Well, speaking of tight ends, Broncos signed a 2-time Pro Bowler
Evan Ingram.
Yeah, to a 2-year, $23 million contract. Speaking of the Cowboys, they acquired former first rounders. What is it?
Wait, hold on. Let me go. Which one is? You said it was the Cowboys.
Yeah, it was
I'm gonna jump here. NFC East.
Kyer Elam.
Oh,
and
Kyer Elam from
Kenneth Murray.
From the Bills, yeah.
Yeah, in separate trades. And speaking of the Bills, you definitely have to talk about their.
We're looking at what Shakir, Bosa. I mean, the Bosa one's
So that's more so the Josh Allen one.
Oh yeah, well we can talk about that. He just reset the market again.
So was it?
Don't say the O word. Don't say the O word. Don't say the O word. That's definitely not suitable here.
Let me. All right. So the Rams, they just released Cooper Kupp because they signed Devontae Adams. So where do you think he'll end up?
I mean, I would have gone as far as to say the Steelers like 2 weeks ago, but I think they're good now. Packers make a little sense. I'm trying to think of some teams that need like a veteran that goes well with them.
Seahawks.
I mean that's not far out either. I don't know if he wants to stay on the West Coast.
Right.
I'll just obviously throw him in there, the Patriots, because I think he would do well.
All right, I think we need to stop. I think the Patriots need to stop coming up in conversations.
But no, it's.
I know. I'm just saying.
Him and Kendrick Bourne went to college together too, so there's a connection there.
Right. So Wizard just said NFC North looks like it's going to be even more insane next year.
I can see that.
So now the Bears are definitely getting their offensive woes taken care of.
Helping the O-line a little bit, yeah.
So the Lions, they're starting to lose some, not key pieces, but it's...
They lost a couple, but then they bounced, and then they revamped somewhere here.
Yeah.
They signed DJ Reed, which was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Marcus Davenport. They haven't done much. I mean, they lost Carlton Davis to the Patriots, and then they lost, I think, one or two other players.
Right.
But DJ Reed's a good signing for them to replace Davis.
Agreed.
But yeah, they should still be good. I think the Packers will still be in it. You know.
Derpy also said, "Let's go Thunder, F Boston, LOL," and the Cavs are just clapping cheeks. Yep, and then nobody wants to talk about them. That's why Charles Barkley had to get on Kendrick Perkins because they were tired of hearing about how the Lakers are doing this and that and the third. But what the Cavs were on a 12-0 run where they won 12 straight.
Yeah.
Nobody said anything about it.
Nope.
And then OKC is playing out of their freaking minds right now. But we keep talking about Braun and Bronny and all that. So I can see Coop really going to, it's a stretch. I'm probably going to get flagged for saying this. Actually, probably not. I can see him going to Cowboys.
Yeah, I don't think it's a stretch.
I don't think it's going to happen, but
I could see it.
Yeah, I mean,
someone brought up Kansas City, and also it makes it like almost too much sense.
I mean, because they lost D Hop, but honestly,
they lost D Hop, and then someone else was an abuser.
I'm gonna be real. I don't think this offense really revolves around the number one wide receiver anymore. It worked for Tyreek Hill, but it also worked when they had other.
He has to be on a team right now, just based off of the injury history and everything. And you don't know who you're getting. Like, I don't think he can be like a one right now. I think you have to kind of implement him on either a younger team that you could use him as like a veteran asset that's going to boost everyone else up. Because I don't think you can expect him to get like 1,500 yards anymore. I just don't.
What's the off chance that he might go to the AFC South?
Where would he go?
Captain Kurt just left. You still got T-Law. The Colts right now are doing some solid stuff quietly, but they
are getting they're
starting to
quarterback signing of the year. Oh my god.
Yo, that joke was crazy.
Someone said, I know we're jumping around everywhere, there's a lot to do, but someone said they literally looked at Anthony Richardson and said, if you can't beat him, you can get out. That's your benchmark. If you can't beat Danny Dimes, then you can't do it.
If he's so cooked and Daniel Jones is out there.
Yeah, if Daniel Jones outplays him in camp, then that's your issue.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Dear God.
DeMar Hamlin and the Bills agreed to a 1-year deal. I think we'll have a talk about that off pod. I just want to keep the sports.
To be fair to him, I mean, we can talk about it off pod, but like, I heard his name a few times for actual football reasons. Like, and he had like an interception last year, a couple of tackles. So, well, I guess good for him. I don't know.
Well, the Bengals have had one hell of an offseason so far.
Haven't they just painted themselves into a corner? They suck. I really don't like that front office at all.
Yo,
it doesn't concern me, but
also my goodness. Oh man.
How do you keep doing stuff that just hinders your team?
So, did Mike Gesicki, he got a 3-year extension, correct? Or a 3-year?
They paid him a lot too. Yeah, $27 million.
Yeah. Okay. And then come to find out, Chris Godwin, he said he revealed that he was actually very close to leaving Tampa.
Well, he was getting like
shafted.
He's getting a lot of like money offers for like $30 million a year, and he stayed, which makes me respect him more. I'm like, well, I mean, the money didn't talk to me. He wanted to stay in Tampa,
right?
I didn't see that he actually. What was that? A statement he put out that he was thinking he was like close to it?
Yeah. Amon-Ra St. Brown, exacerbated by Bears' big money moves, said that they have unlimited money. That brother is pocket watching.
Oh my God! He says. Every year he says something.
Yeah.
Can't keep his mouth shut. I mean, he's a good player, so I'll let it slide.
It comes with the territory.
It does.
I mean, Chad Johnson was saying the same stuff. So
yeah, he was. He just didn't have social media back in the day. That's true.
So as we said before, the Bills signed pass rusher Joey Bosa to a 1-year, $12.6 million deal. Honestly, that's a very good pickup because I know they dropped. I mean, in my opinion,
I'm just laughing because I'm like, how did the 49ers not get him?
Oh,
they're sorry too.
Oh, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about him. So So with that signing, honestly, it helps their defensive line.
Oh,
They
very yeah.
still have a lot of holes.
They essentially took Von Miller and replaced him with Joey Bosa.
They're supposed to re-sign him,
Which
from what
even
I
for that
was
setting, I mean,
report.
that's even better.
Right. So
Yeah.
it's not going to be like a bad, like all on him like it was on Vaughn.
That's one of those like, damn, the Patriots got to play him twice a year.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Because he still got it.
Oh,
There's
100%.
nothing in him that's washed. He was just getting paid too much money by San Diego.
Yeah, 100%.
LA, whatever.
I see. I would have said the same thing.
Oh,
I would have said the same
here.
thing. It's all good. No, for real.
Yeah.
I would have said the same thing.
I've hit Unk status. Apparently, I keep calling him. Like, yeah.
How do you think I felt when I kept calling Washington the?
Exactly. I have to blur that one out.
Right. So the Ravens, they signed Chiefs former wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins to 1 year, $6 million deal. So,
he's going to his career. I almost said he's going to die. The career's going to die there.
Yeah.
It's the last stop.
Yeah. Well, look at Anquan Bolden and Steve Smith Sr.
You were onto something.
I mean, they did look like they're on the tailspin. They went to Baltimore and they balled the hell out. I don't know.
That's not an invalid point.
I mean, I know it's different generations, but I mean, I don't know. It's something about like key wide receivers going to Baltimore, and
yeah.
I don't know. It's
could be right. You're
not feeling that.
No,
you ain't fucking with it.
I mean, crazy things have happened.
I'm just saying. It has happened, but
it has. You
just not. Yeah.
I
I see.
I think it's over.
Yeah. I got you. So Cardinals, they actually signed Jacoby Brissett to back up Kyler Murray. So that
good signing for them, I guess. Yeah.
Justin Reed actually signed with the Saints for a 3-year, $31 million contract.
How do they have money?
They don't got nobody.
Well, that's true too, I guess. They have like dead cap with a lot of players, I thought.
I know Kamara, Cam Jordan.
They still paying Matthew, right? I think Tyrann Matthew's cap is.
Is he even still on it?
I think so. He's not unless he's a free agent.
No, he was still on the team. I'm thinking. I was thinking Kansas City Chiefs Tyrann Matthew, and then
he's still there. Yeah.
And then Derek Carr.
I
don't think
Olave's still under rookie.
Right, so he didn't get a bag. So yeah, they got like hella cash.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, nobody on that defense really got.
I'm trying to think. No.
Yeah, not
unless there's an O lineman or two that's getting paid a lot too. But I don't think
the way that they were blocking for him. Hey, they was not blocking like they was getting paid. I can say that much. Yeah. So Colts, they signed. Daniel Jones is supposed to compete. No, because I know you just said it, but I'm actually reading it.
No,
what?
They want him to compete with the AR. Yeah.
That franchise is cooked.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of a cooked franchise, Eagles trade C.J. Gardner-Johnson to the Texans for an O-line who Kenyon Green, who was supposed to be cooked as well.
Yes, the Texans fans were like literally like drooling in the comments. They were so excited.
So they got. I'll talk about the Texans when we come up to the next next pickup. Oh man, I'll talk about Philly later. I definitely want to get all these out of the way. So the Vikings, they signed Javon Hargrave.
Yeah, you got
Will Fries and Jonathan Allen. Wow.
They bolstered a little bit. Which Javon Hargrave, I didn't realize fell off that hard.
Well, he was injured.
Oh, okay. He just didn't.
Yeah, he was just injured. Yeah.
Damn.
So he ended up just falling.
Yeah.
Into the
abyss.
Yeah. Christian Fulton signed with the Chiefs for a 2-year, $20 million deal, and the Cowboys retain wide receiver Kavontae Turpin. Interesting. Giants signed safety Javon Holland for a 3-year, $45 million deal.
Good signing. Yeah.
Yep. Just talked about that. Let's talk about that. Saquon reset the wide receiver running back market. A lot of people are upset with that.
That he got signed that much, or that he
both?
I mean, I think he deserved it. If any running back deserved it, it was him.
I was seeing a lot of flack that just now it messes up all the other running backs because they won't really be able to get that much of a bag. So now that's the epitome of if you want a bag, you have to put on performance like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I
yeah.
think they're reaching a little bit, but I sure.
Khalil Mack came back for a 1 year deal, and he was contemplating retirement with the
Yeah,
Chargers. He said he has unfinished business. The Viking agreed to terms with Byron Murphy on a 3 year, $66 million contract deal.
deserved. Yeah,
Good
good.
lord,
Yeah, good signing.
they
Yeah.
are paying folks. Najee Harris signs with the Chargers for a 1 year, $9 million deal.
That's a good example there. I mean, that dude's been 1,000 yard rusher for the last 4 years. We've talked about it on paper. It says 1,000, but he's not anything special. But like, yeah, he only got paid $9 million for a year. So
Mm. So the Browns traded for Kenny Pickett. Eagles received Dorian Thompson Robinson and a 25th fifth round pick.
to me, that move for you guys is backwards. I mean, I don't think it's a good move.
We get an extra draft pick.
I guess.
I mean,
Well,
and
because DTR is just like
any better than Kenny Pickett? I mean, let's be real.
0 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and 4 career games for him.
I don't think I genuinely think that was just more so just to get a pick and just move Kenny.
It could be, yeah.
I mean, because let's be real, does he really want to still be a backup his whole life?
That's a good point. If he's going to compete somewhere, I guess Cleveland makes sense. But
Yeah,
also, like,
right. And I mean, and let's be real, like he's literally just gonna be Philly already has their starting quarterback,
yeah,
so we really don't need like somebody who is starting wanting to probably want to compete.
The only problem I have with Kenny Pickett is like he's just not it. Like I don't know why Cleveland thinks if they put him in their scenario that he's going to actually like break out and shine.
I think they're just more so looking for
Something to grab onto. I would honestly, I think Daniel Jones would have more of an upside signing him for the same amount.
I would probably. Oh yeah, you're right. I mean,
if they were like, here's 1 year, $8 million, he said, okay, I would rather have Daniel Jones and try him than Kenny Pickett.
I think they're more so just looking for a game manager just in place. So I think,
yeah.
I mean, because we'll talk about Cleveland too, because Myles Garrett.
I know. The money talked to him before anything else. He tried to stand his ground, and then they were like, "You want money?" He said,
"Well,
sure."
He about to go down the same road Joe Thomas went.
He'll be in the Hall of Fame with the ugly ass logo on. Ringless.
Still getting through. Texans trade left tackle Laramie Tinsel to Commanders for draft picks. I told y'all in the chat, why is everybody sending everyone to the Texans? Oh, I'm sorry, why is everybody sending everyone to the Commanders?
Like, well, load up the Commanders.
I was like, why out of all play? I would have been cool with him going to the Cowboys before the Commanders.
I know.
I'm like, come on, bro.
So you get Jaden Daniels, a decent veteran weapon, and then you get him like a very good lineman.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, but the Texans, they're getting a lot of draft picks now, so they're probably going to go stupid.
That's what I'm thinking. They got to hope they draft well.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Grady Jarrett agreed to a 3-year, $43 million deal with the Bears.
I literally saw the notification that Atlanta released them, and then I saw the Bears notification that they signed him like
right after,
an hour or two after.
Yeah.
No time.
That was crazy. Cardinals signed defensive end Josh Sweat for a 4-year, $76 million deal. It's well deserved.
I don't think you guys are paying that. There's easily someone else on the draft that you can put in there that's gonna come close to the production. Yeah. I think you just handshake and move on.
Yeah, agreed. Jets, yes, as I mentioned before, Justin Fields assigned him to a 2-year, $40 million contract. That is tough.
That's just a lot of money.
And then speaking of a lot of money with the Sam Darnold deal, 3 years, $100 million.
We were trying to speculate how much it was going to be. I honestly didn't think it was going to be that high.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
And that's probably why they were sitting on that deal for so long.
Yeah.
And that's why he was probably not wanting to get franchise tagged or...
I think Seattle's rationality was, I don't know how much they had offered Geno, but let's say they offered Geno like 3 years, $90 million. If you were willing to pay it for him, you might as well just give it up to Sam.
Right.
So I don't think it's a bad deal for them, but yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
For one good year.
Yeah, I can see why. I can honestly see why these talks were stalled for a very long time.
Yeah.
I mean, $100 million. I mean, granted they freed up the space for him, but still. I mean, imagine if Vikings signed that and they didn't get all these pieces though.
Oh.
You see how?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's like a domino effect there.
Yeah, literally. And speaking of Patriots, y'all signed Milton Williams to a 4-year, $104 million deal.
That's like
Are y'all smoking? What are y'all on? I mean, no
my
disrespect to him. He deserve. I mean, he just won a Super Bowl, but 104
no, like
mil.
he came into his own this year. He's a good player, but
Are
my
you?
buddy Zach brought it up too. He's like,
Are y'all gonna get all 104 mil out of that?
unless Vrabel has some sort of plan for him that no one else knows that he can
I
unlock.
mean,
the
God,
The problem with that is that like he got that contract because of his performance this year. I know
right,
he hasn't started with you guys typically because you
right.
guys have always had tackles.
Rotations.
Yeah, you had Fletcher there, and then you had
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Carter.
Mm-hmm.
But him playing alongside Jalen Carter, I worry if like he looked better because Jalen Carter was there. A little disruptive, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When he's the focal point of the D line, if he's playing D tackle and he doesn't have someone that's like crazy next to him, I don't know if he's going to play the same.
Well, you saw how Javon Hargrave,
I
because
know, yeah.
he was
And
on that team, and
we have Barmore, but he's got the blood clot thing going on. So like, who knows when he's coming back? So that was a lot of money. I saw that, I was like, oh, 26 million a year.
yeah,
But people complain when they don't spend money, and then they do spend money. Oh, we're overplaying for people, so can't win.
double-edged sword.
Yeah, you can't win. I'm glad they actually did something. I mean, you got to try.
Right.
No one
right.
wants to go to New England right now. So.
Exactly. And as you said, the Lions signed cornerback DJ Reed. Patriots agreed to terms with Carlton Davis for a 3-year, $60 million deal. Good Lord.
That's also a lot of money for
Y'all just throwing cash at whoever, huh? Well, not whoever, but
he's respectable. I mean, he's a little more proven than Milton Williams has been,
right.
But still, that's a lot.
One won a Super Bowl.
One did. That's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, no disrespect. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I get it.
One did win a Super Bowl.
I'm not mad at it because I'm like I said, like Tom Brady's not there. No one's beating down the door to play in cold ass New England. So you got to pay people more than everyone else.
Right.
That's all you can do.
Agreed. And Colts signed Travarius Ward and Cameron Bynum, and then the Titans also signed left tackle Dan Moore to a $82 million contract. That's tough. Well, the Rams also signed Jimmy G to back up Matthew Stafford.
God, can you imagine Devontae Adams was? Oh, I'm surprised that worked out like that. He's not like that, man.
Yeah.
But
the Bucks also added Hassan Reddick for a 1-year deal.
How the mighty have fallen. Yeah.
Sheesh.
1 year, like 9 million, 10 million.
Well, I get it because I guess this is more so just a contract year for him, just to see. So I'm pretty sure he'll get a bag.
I could see it.
Yeah,
he's got to prove himself though. That might be a good spot for him. It's low key Florida weather.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
They do need pass rushers. So.
Yes. Yeah.
Our condolences, former Steeler offensive lineman turned broadcaster Craig Wolfe dies at age 66.
R.I.P.
Khalil Mack returned to the Chargers for a 1-year deal, 18 mil. Good God.
Oh, I guess I would come back too.
I mean,
that payday.
18 mil, yeah.
Yeah.
Panthers signed J.C. Horn to a 4-year, $100 million contract. And then they also added safety Trayvon Morig.
Yeah. From the Raiders.
Big Ben jokes about coming out of retirement following the Steelers trade.
God, dude. You didn't cover that the Patriots signed the Pastronaut.
Oh, no. I was going to get there.
Oh, he might not even be in there.
Oh, no. Josh said, no, I saw him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No. I didn't get here on that, but I do remember that they signed him.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah.
I saw it. All right, so we'll talk about this real quick. So the Bills reigning MVP Josh Allen agrees to a 6-year deal worth $330 million.
Yeah, I don't think it's an overpay.
So I appreciate the fact that bro was humble and he said that he was not looking for this deal originally because he didn't want to lock up any extra money to sign other people.
I believe him.
So I definitely respect the hell out of him for that. It's deserved. I just sort of wish that this team would maybe look to possibly sign other stars first. I mean, because I don't know if Amari Cooper's coming back. You lost Matt Collins.
Yeah.
This offense, in my opinion, needs to be addressed. Like, if we're not going to have a star wide receiver, how is this offense going to function?
Yeah, I agree.
Then you got your running back who's looking to get paid, and then
Oh yeah, Mr. Eyeball emoji.
and then the defense is like, in my opinion, I'm like, all right, what's going on with the defense? So even though this was needed, it also gives more concern to other areas on the team.
Absolutely. No, I agree
So
with that. I mean, who, Khalil Shakir and Keon Coleman are like the only two receivers on the team right now.
right.
And then you got James Cook, like you said, that wants to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense goes up and down. It seems like they lose pieces every year and try to plug and play. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think Josh Allen would have been okay with, like you said, kind of just like, okay, let's figure out this team and then you can pay me. But I guess they wanted to get it done, so
Yeah, I mean,
rip the Band-Aid off and build
right.
around it from there.
Right. It's just, again, I agree with him. I hope that it doesn't. Like, I genuinely want to see this team succeed. I'm
Yeah.
sick of seeing them lose to
Yeah.
Kansas City. But just in times when it's like, all right, y'all have a chance to go out. Like, we were talking about them. I think we were talking about them last season. I forget who was a big free agent at the time. I forget.
From
For the Bills, I was telling them, I think it was D Hop. I think it was D Hop at the time because.
Oh wait, someone that they were going to sign?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you remember? I think it was last off season, and I kept saying the Bills should get D Hop. They should get D Hop. Yeah.
That might have been. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying. Yeah, must have had to have been.
Mm-hmm.
It was a receiver, and I can't think of anyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was D Hop, and then that's when he ended up going to the Titans.
Yeah. And then they shipped him out.
Yeah.
Right after. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to see this team succeed, but it also pains me when they make like lateral moves that just don't really get them to where they need to be. I mean, the Joey Bosa one, that was a key piece. I'm glad that they made it, but again, they just have other areas that they need to focus on.
They just kind of strike me as like they're going to be stuck like this.
Agreed.
Cursed.
Yeah.
They just can't get out of the hole.
Agreed.
I don't know.
This is interesting. So Jets re-signing team MVP Jermaine Sherwood to a 3-year, $45 million deal.
Team MVP.
Yes, that's exactly No, I doubled.
What was the record last year? He was the MVP of what team? What caliber of team? Their MVP was what's his Jermaine who?
Sherwood.
Okay, the name rings a bell. I'm not trying to be a smartass.
No, yeah,
Still,
no, it was just like yeah.
Do teams do MVPs? Do the Jets pay Justin Fields $40 million for 2 years? Hey, those answers are.
I'm just here. I'm just here, bro.
He's just reporting the news. No, I know. I respect it. Yeah.
Oh man. As I said, Devontae Adams signed with the Rams for a 2-year, $46 million deal. Seahawks Ernest Jones agreed to a 3-year, $33 million extension.
I don't think. Oh, excuse me. I don't think we had Adams to the Rams pinned. We had him West Coast because he wanted to go, but we were like 49ers. They could trade Ayuk. Then we had like what was it? Not the Raiders, but we had the Chargers. That was a big one. I thought the Chargers were there, but I didn't take that into consideration.
Literally. I mean, it makes sense too because it's like you got a quarterback.
It does.
And I mean,
you were going to get rid of Kupp anyway,
right?
And Devontae Adams and Cooper Kupp are two different receivers.
Right.
Puka's more of like a Cooper Kupp, so you can kind of get Devontae Adams to stretch the field and all that. So I think it made sense. But
everybody about to dunk on the 49ers.
I'm not sure what the plan is.
Yeah. I don't know either. Seahawks, they keep bolstering their defense. They got Ernest Jones to a 3-year, $33 million extension. Former Pro Bowl Eddie George becomes Bowling Green head coach.
Oh, okay.
Aaron Jones and Vikings agreed to a 2-year, $20 million extension. Chiefs re-signed Nick Bolton to a 3-year, $45 million deal. Trey Hendrickson says, I'd rather be than Cincinnati. Oh, I'm sorry. I jacked that whole thing up. So he requested a trade, correct?
They gave him permission to seek one.
Okay,
yeah.
God, okay.
Because they wouldn't give him the money he wanted, I guess.
Right. Okay.
What's new?
Lions. They released Jadarius Smith. I wonder where he'll go.
I know.
I'll be
Yeah. He's still got something to take.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely. And Byron Browning agreed to a 2-year, $15 million deal with the Cardinals. All right, so here we go. Myles Garrett
Mm.
signed a 4-year extension worth 40 mil per year, 123 million guaranteed,
I didn't see the guarantee number.
which makes him the highest non-quarterback in average yearly salary.
Oh my god.
So,
Blasphemous.
he had us in the first half, not gonna lie. Bro really had us in the
Yeah.
first half. So
So
thought that he was gonna leave. It made sense. I mean, you saw how the locker room was when Deshaun was there.
mm-hmm.
You really saw how your team went from like being a playoff team a previous year to just absolute dumpster fire.
Yeah.
So it made sense for him to want to leave. I mean, you're literally in your career prime, and you. I get it. I'm not in his position, but
Yeah.
at some point in time, when does it? I mean, do we believe that he would have got this money elsewhere? Maybe
No,
not. I
not
mean,
that much. I don't think.
I mean,
I wouldn't believe it.
123 mil guaranteed.
Yeah.
He would have got.
I couldn't. I wouldn't put money on the fact that he would get that money somewhere else. I also it just I don't know. It just doesn't make like a lot of sense from like Cleveland's perspective unless you plan on just figuring out what you have going on in the next
Right.
2 years. Then like why are you paying this guy this much for the next four
Right.
when you need to rebuild?
Right. Because now you got a quarterback issue.
No quarterback. You
No,
have no receiver.
no disrespect to Nick Chubb, but I think they need to start looking, and that's
I think it is
only
time.
because of just injuries alone.
Yeah.
Because
What is it? Torn ACL, and then what was one last year? Was there Achilles in there?
oh no, his whole
Oh, just the whole knee, MCL, ACL,
that whole
PCL,
joint
whatever.
was just destroyed.
What's the receiving core looking like? I'm trying to think.
Jerry Judy.
Okay, Judy. He's worked out good there so far.
I know there's another.
Donovan Peoples Jones might
Yes,
still be there.
yes.
Yeah, they shipped Cooper out, so I
Mhm.
mean they're kind of needing to rebuild on the receiver side.
I mean, they still have David and Njoku.
They still got Njoku. The defense is still serviceable, but yeah, overall they need to rebuild or retool somehow.
Mhm.
I just don't think it makes a lot of sense for them to just sign a guy that's going to be like 33, 34 by the end of the contract and done.
Well, they're definitely at this point they're trying to really keep up with the division now.
Yeah.
I mean, because once they were like battling within trying to get to second, third place at one point.
Yeah, what was it like 2 years in a row? They were steady and so well.
When they went to
We
the playoffs,
quickly forget that not this past year, but the year before.
Yeah, they were in the playoffs.
Yeah, that was when Flacco stepped in and took them to the promised land.
Right.
What, second round, I think?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like there was an ability there last year. The wheels kind of fell off. Deshaun Watson, you still owe that money too. Like they forgot about that. I don't know. I don't love it. I think you could have got so much for him. I would have just cut ties and shipped him, and then hopefully you draft someone that turns out to be.
They're not even going to get like a percentage of what he produces. So I understand that they wanted to lock him down.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think this is more so as a player thing. Like, do you really want to be here for the next 4 years of mediocrity?
That's the thing. And then like that's the end of the he can ring chase at the end of his contract. He'll be like 33. Someone will sign him. But like from Cleveland's perspective too, I get for him he just wants the money. Okay, you're going to face the franchise. I get it, but like from Cleveland's perspective, it just digs you in a bigger hole because, like I said, you still got Watson's contract. You have no quarterback. You'd have to get lucky enough to draft someone that can step in. Like hopefully, maybe you draft Shador and he turns out to be a top 5 quarterback, which I doubt. But yeah, they just need so many things, and they're so like in the middle, teeter-tottering, mid for lack of a better word. I wouldn't have locked him up for all that.
Agreed.
But what do I know?
It gets better. So, I don't know what it is about chief wide receivers.
Oh, yeah.
Xavier Worthy won't be charged with assault following arrest. You know, I'm glad that... How should I put this? At what point in time... You know what?
I know.
I think I'll just skip it. I might
Okay,
just be wasting
all
my
right,
time.
that's fair.
Yeah,
Just know that we know,
yeah.
and you guys know, and we all know.
Ravens agreed to terms with left tackle Ronnie Staley for a 3-year, $60 million contract. Marquise Brown re-signs with the Chiefs for a 1-year, $11 million deal. Commanders are bringing back Zach Ertz, and Bills sign Greg Rousseau to a 4-year, $80 million extension. Well then, so let's talk about Kirk Cousins for a little bit.
Mm.
They're not releasing him. They have shut down talks that they are absolutely not moving him.
Expensive backup.
At that point, if you don't plan on playing him, do you just cut ties? And if you do, because you spent all that money, do you just trade him to get some value back? And if you do trade him, where do you send him?
Uh, doesn't it, it? Just I don't know. It just feels wrong to not to. It feels wrong to keep him.
Right.
It really does. It feels like it's just like a dirty move. It's a disservice to him, and like people's reaction might be, "Oh, well, he's getting paid all this money."
Right.
But also, he still wants to play, and he's a little older. He's what 35, 36. So it's like it's not like he has 10 years to go play somewhere else. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, the right thing to do would be to cut him. The smart thing to do would be to try to find a trade partner and have them eat like a quarter, maybe 20%, 25% of the salary.
Because at this point, what's the difference from what they did with Rodgers versus Kirk?
Yeah,
I mean, they took the hit, they ate the cow just to get him
Cousins I
out.
think is higher because I think it's over more years, but they should just take the hit. Like we talked about, teams taking the hit and moving
Right.
on. Take the hit.
So my thing is, when they first drafted him, why didn't they establish that he was just gonna back up? Because it seemed like
When they drafted what Penix? Yeah, what was the point? Like you knew you were going to get into this spot.
right.
I just that yeah.
Because this isn't a J.J. McCarthy, Sam Darnold thing.
No,
This
that was
is
like
he was brought in initially for a backup
yes, his
versus
contract was to back up. McCarthy just happened to get hurt, which happens.
versus Kirk, who was initially supposed to start, and then you draft a quarterback,
Yeah,
and then
who you already had Cousins signed to this huge deal.
right,
That's where everyone was like, "What are you doing?"
right.
So
I think I do agree. Either they take the hit with the cap. I mean, they did just lose Grady Jarrett,
yeah,
so I'm pretty sure that they probably don't want to come off of that because it'll affect the cap for them to sign. At some point, you may just have to just see what y'all can get in the draft, or trade them on draft day.
well, my thing right now too is like teams are planning around. Like they're not even thinking about Kirk Cousins because they just said that Kirk Cousins is not available. So like these teams, the closer it gets to the draft, like they're either going to draft a quarterback,
Mm-hmm.
or they're going to sign a quarterback, or they're going to do something to get themselves ready for the season. So and like May or June, if they're like, oh yeah, we should probably trade him, but like Shador's on the Giants and Cam Ward's on the Titans and Rodgers is in Pittsburgh, then like everyone has their quarterback. So then you kind of screw him again. So I would like get on the phone like right now and be like, yo, does someone want to take this dude? Because he's if you're not going to start him, then just get rid of him. There's just no point.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Levante David resigns with the Bucks for a 1-year, $10 million deal. Yeah, we talked about. Yeah, we mentioned Gino being traded to. Yeah, we talked about that last week.
We did, yeah.
Okay.
We did.
Oh, whoa! I actually just brought, bro. I think I actually talked about him. Michael Gallup. He actually intends on. That is so crazy. Yeah. I brought him up. So
we're talking about that guy.
So he actually intends to come out of retirement, and he actually wants to play. I don't believe that there has been a list of teams that wanted interest in him so far, but we will keep on the lookout.
Yeah,
that's actually insane.
I know, isn't it?
Yeah, we just talked.
Say his name and he appears.
Yeah, we just brought him up last week, so that's
welcome back, Michael Gallup.
So, Terrell Bernard agrees to a 4-year, $50 million contract extension with the Bills, and then the Titans cut Harold
Landry.
Yeah, Harold.
Then he went to the Patriots. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Full circle.
Yeah, we talked about Devo last week. Yep, mentioned Evan Ingram.
That's a
Commander
good signing for
or Broncos.
absolutely.
We mentioned Bobby Wagner returning to the Commanders for a 1 year deal.
Yep.
Yo, nobody is just leaving. Everyone is going to Washington, which
Walking in
is
waves.
Jesus Christ. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna keep it a buck right now. They're looking like the best team in the East. We
Yeah.
took several. I mean, I get it. We can't pay everybody, but until I am convinced otherwise, they are looking like the better team.
The defense is gonna have some question marks.
I'm
Just enough to.
well. So and I'm not trying to cope. I'm trying to think about it strategically. Slay, it was time for Slay to let the
Bradbury, same
so
thing. Two peas in a pod. Done.
so Sweat. He was in a rotation as well as Milton.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, I'm cool with what we have now, and I believe we will be able to fill those spots. CJ, I mean, can we keep it a buck? When he was there, defense looked a lot different, and
Mm-hmm.
then we saw how it was that season he wasn't there.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
I
know.
mean, say what you. I mean, look, we didn't give up. I mean, granted, we had different coordinators,
Yeah.
but that defense looked a lot better when he was back there. I think we can agree on
I
that.
think you can literally prove it by, like you said, looking at 1 year, what, 22,
Mm-hmm.
23s than last year.
Yeah,
Different defensive.
yeah.
That backfield was struggling last year. Because who's the safety?
Reed,
Sidney Brown. Is he still
yeah,
running back there? I mean, is he
and
supposed to
then
like step up on?
yeah, and then we had forgot his name. We traded for him for the Titans.
Byard.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah, and
fell off the face of it. Holy shit.
I was not a, I was
I
not.
think that one just strikes me as just unnecessary because, like, if you wanted a guard, you know how to draft. You obviously know how to draft linemen. Your linemen are like, you have like one of the best lines in the league, and they were all drafted. So just go in the draft and get one.
Yeah,
Why do you need to get a?
exactly. Yeah, that's
That's the
why.
one I would have left alone. Like, I think you
Agreed.
guys can cope with losing a rotational D tackle and DN, but I wouldn't have traded him. I don't see it.
I mean, granted, yeah, we got Reed and Coop, but
Yeah, I don't know. Just didn't make a lot of sense unless they look at the draft and go, "Oh, it's deep with safeties."
I can already tell you right now when the schedule is being made and when it's released, and I'm gonna look back on these moves that just happened. I will not be happy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna foresee it. Speaking of which, the Jags traded Christian Kirk to the Texans
Yeah.
for a 2026 seventh round pick.
I guess they were going to cut him anyway and figure, give me a seventh round pick. Try to
But
find Brock Purdy.
to your rivals,
Yeah, that's a little weird. Yeah, you had any? Yeah, I don't know. Because, yeah, Nico and Christian Kirk does not sound terrible. I mean, I'm not saying it's burning down the world, but
well, Christian Stephon Diggs is supposed to come back too.
if they re-sign him,
Yeah.
Tank Dell, obviously,
Right.
sorry, but yeah, he's out for the rest
Well,
of the year.
yeah, he's out for the rest of the season
Yeah.
as well. So yeah, they'll definitely fill in some spots in
Yeah.
the meantime. And as we were just talking about the Browns actually restructured Deshaun Watson's contract deal to clear up some space, which that I didn't know.
I didn't either.
So
It can't be too much though, because what are they going to say? Hey, can you take like 100 less million?
right.
Yeah.
And then the Giants, speaking of which, well, we'll see what happens. They re-signed Tommy DeVito. Who
They're playing.
they may draft somebody. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just saying. Um, Jerry also said that he is not looking at free agency as a place to fill voids on roster. So Cowboys fans, if y'all are wondering why there's nothing going on, look no further than to that man themselves. You know, I've actually had friends who are Cowboys fans, and they said that they don't even root for that team anymore.
Really? And it gets to a point.
I mean, that right there.
I mean,
imagine if your owner literally said, "We're just gonna sandbag in free agency."
It's just a team that has that much publicity around them each year
Right.
and has done nothing since I haven't even been since I've been alive. They've done nothing.
Mm-hmm.
26 years for those of you that don't know. That's a
Right.
long time.
Nah, for real.
That's a long time to do nothing. I do have
Yeah, go ahead.
not breaking news.
Mhm.
It's Rico Dowdle to the Panthers. 1 year, $6.25 million.
They're actually starting to.
That's not bad. They released Miles Sanders.
Mm-hmm. I saw somewhere that Philly was interested in picking him up, but then I'm just like, I don't think that would happen.
That's like a training camp body because, like, what I think you guys. I know I was joking earlier about AJ Dillon. He doesn't really have the speed, but I think it's like a third down back.
Yeah,
I don't mind it. Yeah, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
CJ Mosley got released by the Jets an hour ago too.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Oh yeah, that was before we started.
Yeah, that's strange.
I don't.
Oh, Jets fans aren't happy.
Oh yeah, no, I know
they're not happy.
Yeah, I know they're not.
Well, I love CJ Mosley. Why did we do this? Jets should be ashamed. He gave us everything he had. Yeah.
Wow, and I think honestly that was all the reports because now I'm back at next week or last week. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Took us an hour to get through it.
Sped run through the whole. Well, I know there's more stuff.
Here, I'll touch on since we have time.
Yeah,
I'll just touch on a couple of names that probably slipped through the cracks on there.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on here.
Oh yeah, because I know I got a bunch of reports.
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip through a name that people might know or names that people might know. Hold on, free agency tracker. Yeah. So started in the East. Josh Palmer, you didn't bring him up. But,
oh yeah, I didn't even see it.
Yeah, I know. There's probably a couple that slipped through. 3 years, $36 million for him is a lot.
And where did he go again? I forget.
The Bills. Yeah, we're starting the AFC East, so
that was and that's what I was talking about. Yeah. So you're telling me that you wouldn't sign Amari, but you'll sign
Josh Palmer,
the man who has the most drops?
A team that didn't succeed, a team that didn't really have any wide receivers.
Right.
He could have broken out, and he didn't. Quentin Johnson was dropping like every ball that was thrown at him, and then Josh Palmer did like not enough for him to get that much. But I digress.
And Amari Cooper.
And Amari Cooper's out there. Oh, I forgot the Dolphins had two interesting ones. Nick Westbrook and Keeney, who was like the touchdown machine in Tennessee last year, 2 years, $6.5 million.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He would always have like 3 catches, 30 yards, but he'd get like 2 touchdowns in a game.
Oh,
his fantasy points were crazy.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't I'm not going to pick him up because he barely gets the ball, but he's always in the end zone.
Right.
Zach Wilson to the Dolphins.
Oh, yeah, I saw that too.
Is
that more of an insurance policy?
Well, I will give the Dolphins credit because you know how each year we shit on them for like not having a backup quarterback? I would be okay with Zach Wilson coming in over Tyler Huntley and Skylar Thompson.
Agreed.
Who else we got here? Patriots signed Josh Dobbs. Mac Hollins, I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't care. Jets have done like 3 things. They've gone backwards, if anything. But yeah, Justin Fields. AFC North. We talked about D-Hop.
So, real quick.
Yeah.
So, with, because I know we just already talked about him. So, does that deal with their long-term quarterback? Or is he just on a 2-year performance deal to see how they do?
So, here's the specifics are in here. $30 million is fully guaranteed.
Right.
$15 million signing bonus and a $5 million base salary. So, I mean, they're going into this year assuming he's going to start.
Correct.
I mean, if he goes out this year and gets third in MVP voting like Sam Darnold did, then he was probably going to get a bigger contract. Here's my problem. Someone brought this up. So the Jets' options at quarterback this year, 3 or 4 of them, they've already screwed up.
Mm-hmm.
Like Zach Wilson was out there. Mm-hmm. You already screwed him up. Sam Darnold, you screwed him up. You could have traded for Geno, but you screwed him up. Rodgers, you just had him. He was not it, so you screwed him up. So, like, they have, like, 4 quarterbacks that are out there. You can't even sign them because you already screwed them up. Mm-hmm. So, like, let's just screw this one up, too. That's my opinion. I think it's just crazy that that's, like, where they go to die.
Right.
Bengals, Samaje Perine, re-signed there.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Wait.
No, because the Bengals, they also signed a tight end. They re-signed their tight end.
They re-signed Gesicki. That was a 3-year, $25 million.
I know they re-signed another one, too.
Tanner Hudson.
Yeah, because I saw that on Facebook, and I was reading the comments, and people were just mad.
Yeah, their priorities are just skewed. Tight ends too. I feel like you could just go through the draft and get
I mean, you
someone.
can really just go through anywhere.
Yeah,
But
you
no,
could.
you're right though.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Also, you gave him that contract, but like, wouldn't you think Evan Ingram would probably be worth it?
oh, 100%. No, 100%.
These are just questions that we have.
But then I'm just like, you're willing to negotiate with them, but then you just automatically slap a franchise tag on
I
Higgins.
know
It's like,
they really are. Their priorities are just all over the place.
I mean,
I don't know.
I'm sort of just gonna get to a point where, because I know Jamar Chase tried to hold out, but I feel as it's going to be more of just another holdout, and it's just gonna be like, what was it, like a Chris Jones sort of thing?
Yeah,
Where you're gonna
he's sitting up there and they're getting demolished on the D line.
right,
And
you're
like,
gonna
oh,
you're going to feel my presence.
yeah, yeah, you need me,
right?
Yeah.
I'll be real. I'll look out for that. So once preseason starts and the season starts, either their friendship we're gonna keep them on the field, or someone's gonna go left.
It's gonna be. It might even be like as soon as a training camp thing where you start talking about training camp where it's like
OTAs.
Yeah, I'm not coming. Yeah, and I'm not even gonna blame him because you can't call him a diva for doing that when your team just clearly just seems like they don't care.
Correct.
It's just laziness, is what it is. It's
100%.
like, oh, we can't make up our mind. Let's just sign Gesicki.
But then they still expect to be able to compete with the Steelers and Ravens.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're giving us like absolutely nothing.
And this Steelers team is a good quarterback away from jumping the Bengals.
Yes.
Clearly.
I would say that right now.
Honestly.
I mean, because you could just put a game manager in there and you'll be straight.
Yeah.
Honestly, you could bring Russ back and you
probably
get you would still have a good team.
Yeah. You got Slay in the backfield to go along with Joey Porter Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Decent veteran signing. Obviously, DK's
offense looks a lot better now.
You got your one. I know Pickens can be a one, but whatever.
I'd say 2 number 1.
Yeah, you got a 1 and 1B or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, they honestly probably did jump.
Mm-hmm.
AFC South, Braxton Berrios went to the Texans.
Crazy how the Jags signed a whole lot of mid.
Yeah.
So I would say out of anybody in that division, I'd probably say the Texans just. I mean, and then the Colts number 2, but I mean Daniel Jones.
This Jacksonville list is just.
Yeah, it was a whole bunch of
Nick Mullins.
Yeah.
De'Ami Brown.
Yeah.
Hunter Long. Patrick McCarry, which doesn't show the specifics on that. I guess that's not a bad guard signing, but
I think it was more so just the filled spots, just to fill them, not more so just bring.
I'm not really sure what another team that just doesn't make sense. Yeah. Titans are just kind of in purgatory. They signed Van Jefferson. Kevin Zeider got a deal. He's kind of on the back end of his career. AFC West, we talk about Evan Ingram, which is a good signing. Hufanga, the safety that came over from 49ers. That's a good signing. And then Greenlaw, too.
Oh, yeah.
So they got the 2 49ers guys.
He was on there.
Yeah, that was a 3-year, $35 million deal.
Yeah, so the Broncos are going to...
They're
looking to compete.
Evan Ingram got less money than Gesicki.
That's crazy.
2-year, $23 million.
I think that Greenlaw signing hurts 49ers a lot.
It does. And it helps the Broncos tremendously.
Because now you only got Fred back there.
Yeah. And
because they lost Travarius Ward.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing, but
I think we mentioned that too one episode as well, that either they couldn't pay a lot of people or they were just gonna have to blow it up.
Yeah.
Because they were locked
That's what they're. I think.
Because Nick he was like the highest paid player on that team.
They paid him.
CMC.
CMC. They paid Ayuk.
Yeah.
They haven't paid Purdy yet. I don't know what they're gonna do with Purdy. Yeah.
And then left tackle.
Trent Williams.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like trying to envision it. Yeah.
Yeah. He got a crazy bag too because he was trying to. I think he got an extension.
Yes. Because remember, he had. Remember, we looked at the contract. Yeah, and he had it, and he wanted more.
Right. He got an extension. Okay. Yeah. So honestly, that's probably where all that money.
They're in like a weird spot too, because like CMC is worth what you're paying him when he's healthy, but like, is he going to be healthy? That's a question.
I was listening to a radio show where I was watching Um, I think First Take or listening to Shannon and Ocho, and they were saying basically since the 49ers are not rebuilding, but it looks like they're just blowing up the team. It's like, do you move off of McCaffrey?
I mean, honestly, I th- I think if anything, they need to kind of rethink their Ayuk signing because it's like coming off a torn ACL. He's owed a lot of money.
Right,
Could you try to just draft some receivers, get younger at that spot? I mean, I don't know because yeah, they're kind of just like stuck, and they're not to me the clear cut to win the NFC West next year.
correct.
Not even close.
I'll probably say the Rams again.
Yeah. Did we talk about Geno getting traded? Did we did talk
Yeah,
about that.
I asked that too earlier.
I know.
No, because I feel like it feels like we didn't, but I know we did.
We definitely, we covered it. Let's see. The Chargers, we already talked about all that. Najee. Then the NFC East, Javonte Williams went to the Cowboys. We forgot about that.
Oh yeah,
1 year, $3 million deal.
yeah. I don't think the Cowboys didn't really do too much because they re-signed a few people, but they didn't really like.
No, nothing in here is like moving the needle. Giants re-signed Darius Slayton.
Yeah, I saw that because he was actually supposed to go to. I forgot where he was supposed to go. Not the Patriots. I saw he was.
There were like 3 teams I think around him.
Yeah,
and he went back to the Giants for $336.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, you guys. Kenyon Green. That was the. Yeah, you got it. Zach Bond got re-signed. You talked about that.
Yeah. I know we brought back one middle linebacker. I forgot his name.
Let me see. Yeah, this Commanders list is long.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Whew.
They lost a lot of people and they signed a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, Joe Tooney went to the Bears. We talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
Grady Jarrett. I'm trying to see here.
Did the Packers do anything? I didn't see anything.
I just got to the Packers. Nate Hobbs went there, 4 years, $48 million. I'm not sure if that was in there.
No.
From the Raiders. See, that was all they did. The Vikings got Jonathan Allen, Javon Hargrave, Byron Murphy, Rodgers. Yeah, they stacked that up.
I saw that Rodgers was trying to go there too.
I know. Complete the Brett Favre cycle.
He's really following Brett Favre.
That would be weird.
Intentionally. That's the thing.
Yeah, because he wanted to go to the Jets.
Right.
They sent him to the Jets. So now he can sign wherever. And if he signs with the Vikings, it's weird. It's really weird.
Yeah.
Falcons have been kind of quiet. Panthers just signed. I mean, most of this is just kind of mid, but
I mean, J.C. Horn. That's first in. Andy Dalton. I know
Andy Dalton re-signed. Dowdle just signed. Tommy Tremble re-signed there. I don't know if you saw. I don't know if you were keeping up with it, but the first day of free agency, Milton Williams was like
it's supposed to go to the Falcons.
No, the Panthers.
Oh yeah.
It was,
and then backed out the deal, and then he went to y'all.
I'm assuming the Panthers were like saw that number and were like,
yeah, they're like, oh yeah, no.
Yeah, which technically it's crazy. The Patriots outbid someone because usually they're like, no, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he slipped through the cracks there. Chase Young went back to the Saints. 3 years, $51 million. That's a lot for him, considering he hasn't really been.
I get it. Injuries.
Yeah, I mean, defensive rookie of the year. I wouldn't say he's living off that, but that's like a big contract for him with a max value of 57.
I mean, because he was supposed to do some damage in Washington, then they moved off of him due to injury. Then I think he went to Chicago, if I'm correct.
I was getting ready to ask you that.
I believe he went to Chicago, or I might be bugging. I might be thinking
Montez Sweat went to Chicago.
Yeah, because he went to Chicago, then Sweat went to Washington.
Oh, let me see. Was that? Yeah. I think that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. Oh, I forgot. No, wait. No, Sweat went to Chicago, and then I think left.
Mm-hmm.
He went to San Francisco afterwards. Chase Young.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
They must have traded.
Yeah, because we were playing them in the championship.
Yeah,
got it.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
okay.
Okay.
Let me see. I think we're almost at the bottom of the list here. Let me see who else. If there was anything that.
Because I know we still got the Seahawks, Cardinals.
Yeah. Let me see.
Yeah, that was the West. Yeah.
We go all the way down. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, Bucks. Talk about Hassan Reddick, Levante David, Godwin went back.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, it's crazy. Godwin got 3 years, 66 million, and there were teams that were willing to pay like a lot more. So I don't even know what those 3 years, 80. I mean, I don't know what those contracts look like, but
Could just be familiarity. I mean, because you
it
got,
could be.
I mean, I play for Baker, play for one hell of a quarterback.
Yeah,
You got Hassan Reddick.
he has a ring. He's one of those like they'll put him in like the Ring of Fame or whatever they have there.
I'm pretty sure like other factors like family, all that
Yeah,
other stuff.
weather. I mean,
I
there's. I
mean,
mean,
there's really no loss. I mean, y'all are essentially competing for the playoffs every year.
that team. Yeah, even you could walk into next year and they're probably the South favorites.
Right,
So it's not like it's not like
right,
it's a bad team.
right.
Um, Cardinals, yeah, Brissett, Zay Jones went. He re-signed with them.
With the Ravens?
Cardinals, which I forgot he was even there.
Oh, Zay Jones.
Zay Jones, yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking Zay Flowers.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah,
Oh yeah. He went, yeah, because that man got into some trouble
yeah,
with Jags, and then he
yeah. They
slid.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tutu Atwell re-signed with the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Garoppolo, 49ers. God, that's sad. Re-signed Patrick Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
They signed Demarcus Robinson from the Rams, 2-year deal. And then just a couple of 1-year deals to some randoms.
Mm-hmm.
MVS just went to the Seahawks. We forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
1-year contract.
Sheesh, is he on his last? He's
Gotta be getting
not a farewell tour, but he's sort of on the way out because
kind of just
after
bouncing. What? God, where's his trajectory? Was it Packers?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just played for the Pack, and then after
Saints too.
Yeah, Saints.
Chiefs.
Yep.
Where did he start? Was it? Let me pull up the thing here.
And then last season he was playing for.
So, I forgot about the Bills too. So,
oh yeah, but he got hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt, and then he went to the Saints.
Yeah.
So he started with the Packers, went to the Chiefs, Bills, Saints. And now he's with Seattle. So
Sheesh.
been around since 2018. And
Damn.
I didn't
feel that long.
I know. I think.
And he won a chip with the Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Oh, not the NFC West. Yeah, that rounds it out though with the Seahawks. So that catches everyone up pretty much. I think the only thing we're on watch for right now is where Cooper Kupp's going to sign, and then obviously the trades will come through and stuff like that. But
we got the draft to see if any other trades fall through. Because last year's trade, we were watching like nobody traded.
Yeah, it was
like
quiet
straight through. Like everybody drafted.
It was
pieces.
Quiet. Then the year before, I think there were some trades popping off like crazy. There was the big one with the Texans and the Cardinals.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how it all shakes out. It's really right now. I mean, most of the big guys have already signed. It's more so just the veterans that gotta get Diggs, Cooper, Rodgers, Coop or Cup, stuff like that. But yeah.
We'll definitely see.
Yeah.
And lastly, too, because I just brought up the bracket for the NBA, just for like the play-in and the first round. So if the playoffs were to start tomorrow, we have Cleveland sitting at the first seed, and then they would play the 8th seed. So right now, the 4 teams that are currently in the play-in right now in the East, it would be the Heat and Bulls. They would play, and then it would be the Hawks and the Magic.
Oof.
Currently, right now, the Hawks are the 7th seed, Magic are 8th seed, and then the Heat are the 9th, and Bulls are the 10th.
The Bulls just every year.
Every year they
just
slide in. So then whoever won that matchup would obviously advance to the finals, not the NBA finals, but the
play-in tournament finals. Yeah.
And then the loser of the 7th, 8th seed would play the winner of the 9th, 10th seed. And then that one would go, the winner of that game would go to play the Cavaliers.
Okay.
So then right now in the West, the 4 teams in the play-in right now, the Kings and the Mavericks. The Kings are the 9th at 33 and 31, and the Mavericks are 10th at 33 and 33. I know they'll probably fall a little bit lower due to all of their stars being out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that Anthony Davis coming back will save the season. I think it'll be a little bit too late. Um,
Yeah, I don't. I wouldn't even. I wouldn't even worry about it. I would just try to get a better draft pick. Honestly, at this point.
so this actually puts it in perspective for the Timberwolves because right now they're the seventh at 37-29,
Damn.
and they have to play for a playing spot. The Clippers right now are 35-30,
Oh,
and they also have to play. So,
that random James Harden game. What was that like a week ago?
mm-hmm,
50 something.
yeah. So, if anything, it'll be a lot more interesting for those two teams because they're literally going to be fighting for a playoff spot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy how the Warriors had a resurgence since Jimmy Butler was traded. Um, So obviously, the eighth seed of whoever would get out of this scrum would play the Thunder, and the second seed would go and play against the Nuggets.
Ooh.
So I know Wolves are going to be fighting like hell
Oh
right
yeah.
now just to get out, but looking like on the East right now, I mean, it's really going to come down to the Cavs, the Celtics, the Bucks, and the Pacers and the Knicks.
Yeah.
No disrespect to the Pistons, unless because right now they're supposed to play the Knicks, and we'll see what happens. There may be a lot of upsets, but
Could
if
be. Yeah.
everything stands right now, we're gonna get a round one Lakers versus Warriors playoff
Ooh.
series, and
I'll
then
be seated for it. I'll watch. Yeah.
we're gonna get a. This is funny. We're gonna get a Grizzlies versus Rockets. What are the odds that Dylan Brooks
Oh,
spins the block on his old team?
I think they could. Honestly, I
I
don't know.
mean, that is funny. See, this is the basketball that we've been wanting.
Yeah. Storylines. We want something. Yeah.
And then we also get for the East, we also get the Bucks and the Pacers. So that's definitely going to be a central rivalry that I'll keep an eye on that one too because I know a lot of people are saying that Giannis is washed.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
He just won a chip like what 4 or 5 years ago, and they're saying he's cooked. Yeah, but other than that, man, I think that's all we got.
Yeah.
Definitely appreciate everybody who stopped by to tune in for the podcast. And thank everybody for tuning in to the back. Today was a short episode, and we will be back next week with some more coverage that pops up. If it's a slow week, we may not stream, but we'll keep an eye on it throughout the week. But we always appreciate everybody stopping by and tuned in, and thank everybody. So till next week, we are out of here. Peace.